Hello?
Did you do it?
Hello?
Nick's muted because we're professionals.
Or it's broken, and that would be worse. So let's hope it's just muted.
Our DM is overtaxed.
It was muted because it was still set up for the one shot or the live session, but we're good now. Hello, everybody.
Hello and welcome. Yes,
and welcome.
That's what we're trying to say.
So clearly having technical difficulties tonight, so we are running a couple minutes behind. Perry will be joining us shortly. He had a couple things he had to take care of, but he is on his way here right now. Couple quick announcements for those who tuned in to our extremely long one shot. Thank you for that. On top of that, next week, my family as well as Perry's family will be on vacation, so we will not be playing next week. We will resume the following week. I think that's it for my announcements. We're running a little bit behind, so Sam, go ahead and tell everybody what happened.
Okay, so not last week, but the week before, in the last session, the party met Lamia, Arnin's ex, who betrayed him many years ago. Lamia claimed to have been prisoner of the hand for some time and is now held prisoner by our allied army. She claimed to have important information, and we planned to interrogate her the next day when Butch could use the Zone of Truth. Arnon revealed information about his past to the Hand of Tiamat and Lamia. Gwen shared a conspiracy theory with the party, and the party got concerned. Hymir agreed to take us to Shadowfell if that's the path that we do choose, so we don't have to rely on the amulet. Butch attempted to cast divination, but not before Gwen interfered after feeling a sudden urge for a good walk. After a kerfuffle, Butch was able to cast divination without issue, and Gwen ran away. After running away, Hugh Percival Lockcross arrived and modified the memory of Arnon, Rhett, and Butch, causing them to forget any weird things that had happened during the divination attempt. We ended the session after the memory modification in the late hours of the 21st of Whale.
Yes, thank you for that. So, one slight retcon to that. What you call it? Hold on a second. Trying to do too many things at once.
While you get that ready, Gwen's wild shapes are under my login.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that was a thing.
All right.
Yeah, they're in my screen.
I will switch those.
Just FYI.
I have Butch's spiritual weapon.
Oh, so everybody's stuff is messed up.
I've always had his. I'm just letting you know. But I have Rusty. I have a wolf and a warhorse. So I have them.
I'll fix that later. So, quick retcon to the divination that Butch saw. Either through the fact that the modify memory changes slightly, or the fact that your DM just wasn't good at creating something on the fly and is coming up with something now. The divination that Butch actually received when asking where to search for answers about the missing Darkwater, the dragon protector of Mesh, he received a response saying, "The path towards Darkwater begins below. Clues are found in the city of the Drow." So, Lindsay, are you logging into Foundry?
Did you see my response that wasn't working? I'm
I didn't.
Trying.
Okay, you're fine.
Don't yell at me. I'm trying.
We need a technical difficulties jingle.
We do. On top of that, now, we open after the modify memory was placed on the three of you. Gwen, you fucked off, running, hiding behind a tent, transforming back, and using your sending stone towards, we can only believe, towards Hugh. as he was the one who showed up. As you stand there, kind of looking around, glancing, I'm assuming breathing slightly heavy and a little panicked at this point. You notice, well, make a perception check real quick.
19.
Okay. You glance around the corner. You notice no real signs that anybody noticed you or anybody's following you. Pretty quiet currently, especially considering it's getting late. Probably 10 o'clock at night at this point. As you let out a sigh of relief and kind of fall back into the tent, you turn around and you are face to face with Hugh, standing right behind you.
Christ.
He looks at you and says, well, you've gotten yourself into quite the spot. Maybe we need to be a little more discreet in our ways.
What do you mean in our ways?
Well, currently I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What you know? This sheet is different. Hold on.
As he says, we can't let them begin to suspect you. Would you like to announce your role?
It's a 26. It was a 26.
Well, the thing is, with that, you notice that he is attempting the same thing that he just did on your friends and is attempting to modify your memory, and remove the image of what just happened. However, it doesn't seem to take.
Can I tell that he's doing this?
You can tell he's trying to modify your memory, yes. You cannot tell, this is just for the modify memory. This isn't technically for anything else.
Okay, but I can tell that he's doing that.
Go see Daddy. Go see Daddy.
I think if I realize it and I'm am able to repel it, then I'm just gonna say, what are you doing?
Just trying to make you a little more comfortable and maybe make you a little less obvious.
I would love to. People keep thinking that casting on me without telling me and fucking with me is the way to make me calmer. It has the opposite effect. That's anathema to me. I don't like it. That's not going to make me more calm. I don't know what's going on, and this is a lot, so I appreciate you helping. What did you do exactly?
What are you referring to?
Did you could I tell exactly what he was trying to do to me? Or could I just tell he was trying to cast on me?
You can just tell he was trying to cast a spell that messed with your mind a little bit.
Okay.
You can't really tell exactly
How
what
far
it was.
did we fuck off? Like, how unaware are we?
She ran a long way away from you guys.
I was a horse and I booked it.
Yeah, so
Alright.
she's probably the complete opposite side of camp at this point, which is a very large camp.
Did you to them?
Your secret is safe for now. I may have to modify our agreement slightly, however, to keep you from incriminating yourself further. Either way, continue doing your part here, and I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Turns around, starts walking off, fucking disappears.
He buggered off.
Shockingly, Gwen doesn't feel any better.
So, Elric, at this point you would have come up to see Arnon, Rhett, and Butch standing together outside of a tent. Butch is in the process of explaining to them the answers that he got through his divination spell.
Was I called for something?
You're muted, Lindsay. Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Because I'm not saying anything.
Oh, yeah, it looked like your mouth was moving. My bad.
Hard candy.
I think you came running because you heard the yelling, right?
Well, yes, but you don't know about any yelling now because
I don't remember that. I'm telling him that's why he came.
Well, and I wouldn't remember yelling, so I can't. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, Elric is asking if he was called, if he heard himself
right.
being called.
Like, did
gonna
you all
mute
call
it.
for me for something?
Nah, man.
No.
Butch was just talking to his lady. God. dang.
Butch would have been like, "No, I didn't call you. But I did divine if you want to. I was just telling them about the divination, so if you want to join us."
Sure, why not?
So
While he's going over that, I am going to kind of look around to see if there's something else I might have missed, just to make sure I'm not losing my mind.
So he kind of starts going towards you, and seems like we might have to go back to your home, back down. The Mystic Seer told me that to start looking for Darkwater, we might have to go back to the city of the Drow, which I think is that city we just came through.
Menzo Baronzon. I was hoping we were going to be done with that.
But we can talk more about our options in the morning. I'm kind of tired and hungry, so I'm probably going to eat and then go to sleep. I suggest all of you do the same. We've got a woman to interrogate in the morning.
Right. Doing a general head count, noticing Gwen's missing. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I think I'm hearing a echo of myself. Does anybody else hear that?
No, but Sam, you keep lighting up every time the echo pops.
Anyways, where was
Where what?
I'm sorry, I'm so used to everyone being here for things like this.
Yeah, where is Gwen? I think she said she was going to go get some food, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's weird.
I feel
Maybe
like
she was calling you.
Just here.
I bet that's what it was. I bet she was calling you. That I mean, she's not here. That has to be it. Nothing else makes sense, man. Let's go find her.
If she called for me, then I think she would have been here to, tell me why she called.
I mean, but like she's not, so maybe she called you from somewhere else. Close by. I don't know, man. This is weird though. This is super weird.
You're right. This is weird.
Hard candy?
No, thank you. If it's all the same, I think I'll go back to my tent.
Should we go try to find Gwen though? Because if she was calling you, like,
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine.
maybe she's in trouble.
I don't
Do
know.
you want to go looking for Gwen?
I do think it's weird she's not here.
My own apprehension is that I tried to cast a spell on her without telling her beforehand, and I think she might be a bit upset.
Is there a way that you can send Ethan out inconspicuously?
To which Butch is like, she probably went and found that captain of hers. That's probably all it is.
Purple rain, purple rain.
She seems to disappear whenever she's in the same place as Rain, so I'm sure that's all it is.
All right.
That's a fair assessment. I will have Ethan just kind of watching over the camp as a whole. Get to have a notice in case, something tries to catch us off unawares.
Okay. I think that's a fine idea.
Well, good night, everyone.
Yeah. Is there anything else any of you would like to accomplish before the end of before the rest?
I think with some uncertainty about what exactly Hugh did to help, I think Gwen's going to linger away from the camp for a bit, and she's going to try to find a courier. Aware of the hour, doesn't give a shit. She's going to find a courier.
And, I mean, being at a war camp, you can find a courier service usually used for communications back to hometowns and stuff like that. But, yeah, not a problem.
So I'm gonna find the courier, and I'm gonna give them 10 gold and the Sylvan language primer that I've wrapped up, and I asked them to deliver that to Captain Maris of the Narissa, and I just vaguely point up and say, can you verify that you can get this to them?
Oh yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
Do you know about how long it'll take? I'm just curious.
I mean, if they're in town, if they're in this camp, I should be able to find them tomorrow, and hopefully, as long as they haven't fucked off or anything.
Well, let's hope they didn't. But thank you. And then I'm gonna ask. I assume that's gonna cover.
Oh yeah,
that.
more than enough. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you are welcome. And then I'm gonna head back to camp and hope everybody's asleep by the time I get there.
What time is it right now?
After 10, late night.
Would we consider that late night?
Well, late evening.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to suss out whether or not we'd be awake when she comes back.
I think Elric's probably going to stay up until 11.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm even awake, I guess I'd probably just be playing songs of rest to myself.
Lullabies.
I'd be like, oh, me. Oh, me. Your voice is so soothing. Thanks, me. You're doing a great job.
So, if there's nothing else, you all complete your rest.
Well, during the rest, I am going to sneak out of my tent and stealthily follow that pull I get from my brand of castigation.
Make a stealth roll.
Sorry, my bar keeps moving.
No, it doesn't. I'm right here. Ha.
24.
All right. So yeah, you notice that you can follow the brand and it takes you to almost like seems to be like a makeshift like brig style area where it looks like it's just a couple large cages, like almost animal cages that they draped some tarps over. One side, the doored side, is exposed, the other three sides. And it looks like there's 3 of these cages set next to each other. The rest is covered in almost like burlap tarps.
Okay. Guards.
Yeah, there's currently there's a table in front with a few chairs that you do see 3 guards currently sitting there playing card games. And you do see a tent to the side with some like shields and spears kind of leaned up against the front of the tent. Appears to be that there could potentially be a few more guards inside, counting the weapons.
Inside the tent where she is.
So there's the 3 cages, and then when you're looking at the 3 cages, probably about 20 feet to the left, there's another tent that has probably 3 or 4, shields and spears sitting right outside on a rack and leaning up against the tent. So you can imagine there's probably 3 or 4 people in that tent, possibly sleeping, possibly, whatever.
She's pretty well guarded.
Yeah, so you can probably assess that there's at least 2 shifts of 3 to 4 people each watching these cells.
I'm just going to watch it for a while. And then go back to my tent and have my rest.
Sounds good. So, the morning comes. Pretty uneventful. You do notice it's a little foggy this morning. But, yeah. Sun starts creeping up. You start hearing movement in the in the camp itself. Soldiers chattering. You do start smelling fresh fires being built, cooked meats, breakfast smells wafting from the mess. The day is yours.
What you reading, Arnon?
Oh, it's just a memoir I picked up.
Cool.
Little light morning reading.
Yeah. I think I've heard of that guy before.
It's pretty interesting.
I think my parents knew him.
How do you say his name, Arnon?
I don't know. I think you've got to drink some milk before you say it or something.
Oh, do you have some nut milk though?
Yeah.
Dolph.
Mm. Really
Actually,
looks
that
like
sounds
it'd
like
be
you
a
need,
little-
you need an antihistamine. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
having some allergy issues.
I think milk is going to make that worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might make it real hard to get out. I don't know. This guy seems to be a little full of himself, though.
So, what are you doing this foggy, slightly dreary morning?
So
getting
Gwen's back.
breakfast.
Gwen, are you
What?
back?
I came back after I went to the courier.
Okay. So, yes, Gwen is back.
Breakfast, and then we've got a meeting, right?
Meeting with
The Zone of Truth.
yeah.
The
Latvia.
zoning board?
Yeah,
Zoning board?
Zoning Commission.
We need to rezone this area for truth.
So, yeah, you guys make your way to the mess, are able to find some breakfast. Cooked meats, eggs, bread, whatever.
So, Gwen, where were you last night? I don't know what happened to us, but just out of nowhere, we were just kind of like... wasn't
Gwenless.
entirely sure.
I just went for
What?
a walk, and I found a courier.
Weird.
I
I don't really know
Mhm.
what happened. Like, you were here, like you were there, and then you were gone. But I don't remember a transition. I don't remember you getting up and leaving. Did I drink last night?
I don't know. I think y'all were focused on Butch's biz, and I just kind of was like, I'll just go ahead and take care of this while you all are doing that.
Huh.
Mm,
Is it just me, you guys? Like, I feel this is weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing time. It's been a long journey so far. Still got a long road ahead. So maybe I'm just a little tired.
It's been a lot in a little while, so yeah. I mean, it would make sense if things can feel a little jumbled. I also
I'm just gonna
consciously
sit there
on the
The look
opposite side.
of concern on my face because I'm just constantly concerned if I have early onset dementia.
I'm gonna consciously make the choice to sit on the opposite side of the table from Elric for the record. Watching him.
That's fair.
Yeah, that tracks.
Keep your bird out of my face.
Keep your motherfucking bird.
To address the giant weekly elephant in the room,
Mm-hmm.
are you guys gonna be all right?
I think I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
If you think it'll be fine, then I suppose it'll be fine.
I just
Hey man, that's not really an apology. Like, I think this is an apology from everybody conversation.
I mean, I'm sorry if I made y'all uncomfortable yesterday, and I I made dinner a little terse, and yeah, I it's just I don't all of that aside, I just really don't cast on me like as a surprise. Like, that's a combat situation thing, and I don't want to fight you. So let's just keep that to a let's communicate.
Agreed. I don't want to have to fight you either.
Real quick, we just got a chat from in the stream from somebody from Austria. So
What?
Welcome.
Awesome.
Austria?
fantastic.
Shout out to Austria.
Yeah.
What
Sorry.
up, Austria?
Sorry to break character for a second. Continue.
I just need you to
Austria,
just,
we break character all the time. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Every
Dankeschön
time.
all the same. But yes, Gwen, as you were saying.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Honestly, I'm a little I'm a little overwhelmed from just everything that's happened in the last 20 or 30 some days. It's just been a lot. So yeah, just don't cast on me without doing it to my face, as it were. I really feel bad for slapping Ethan. And I'm sorry about that.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, let's call it water under the bridge, I suppose.
Well, hey, since you don't, I think the crux of this too is we're finding out that none of us really like surprises. You know, so you're asking not to be surprised. So I think as a group, we just all agree not to surprise or deceive each other or, anything like that. I think that that's good for our group trust and our closeness. So I think that's a good rule of thumb, that we maintain our honest communication about what's going on since we're a close party, traveling together a lot,
Yeah.
It's honesty, which is why I'm so bothered that I can't remember last night. I don't drink enough to not remember, but if you guys don't know either, then you don't know.
I cast tax on Rhett.
God damn it.
To her face.
Oh,
So-
shit.
You guys continue your breakfast and everything and finish up. Now what?
Did she tell us when to go
She
for the
said
interview?
in the morning.
Let's go. Let's get some meat snacks to go
All right.
for later meat snacking.
So you guys, with Butch with you, who should be joining us momentarily, theoretically,
Mhm.
you head to the tents, the general's tents. While you're walking there, you do see Hymir walk up with you, greet you, and motion into the tent to follow you in there. Or to join you in there, I should say. Open the flaps, walk in, you do see the General, Calliope, sitting at her makeshift desk, looking over a few papers. You do see a map in front of her. She looks up as you enter. Well, good morning to all of you.
Howdy.
Well, no small talk, or should we just get right to business?
Oh. Are we in the mood for small talk right now?
Let's do this, bitch.
Yeah, I think I'm with Arnon.
All right. Well, she waves out over one of the guards that are standing right in the inside. It's like, please, if you wouldn't mind, go fetch our prisoner. She probably will need woken up. Because at this point, it's probably very early in the morning, probably about 6, 7 o'clock, which is early for us Americans. What?
Do you need to lay anything down on the floor, General, for an interrogation? Do you usually do interrogations in your tent? Like, how does this work?
To which Butch actually responds and says, the spell I'm casting, it'll be fine. It'll keep her unable to lie. She can still not talk, but anything that comes out of her mouth will be truthful. That is a lot cleaner than my typical interrogation practices, but I just got this rug and I really don't want to fuck it up right now, so we're going to try his way first. And if she continues to not speak, then, I mean, we might have to resort to something a little
More
more
creative?
intense. So the guard walks out. About a minute passes, then all of a sudden that same guard comes running back in, slightly out of breath, says, General, the prisoner. You see these two other guards dragging in a blood-soaked Lamia, arm over each one of their shoulders. You see a what appears to be a slit in their tunic right here with just blood drenching everywhere. They sit her down back against those barrels. She lays there clutching a hand to her chest. Clearly, you see these black veins going up like from her chest, from her neck, up into her face. What do you do?
What about her back? Is it her neck and her back as well, or? Okay, great. Just
Can I
wanted to
heal?
clarify.
Can I heal her?
You can certainly try.
She looks fine.
You know
Wait.
what that means. That's the Nick phrase. You can certainly try.
Well, I'm going to certainly try. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted.
That's Nick's shirt.
Hold on.
You can certainly try.
Okay, wait just a second here. You said Lamia?
Yes.
Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like when I heard Lamia, I thought like
Llamas?
not llamas, like the. I don't know if it's just a Final Fantasy thing, but like there's like a half snake, half person type race that immediately came to mind. It was
Like a
whoa,
Gorgon?
something like that. It was like,
Oh, boy.
what?
No, this is
Oh.
Arnin's.
So you made it. You actually made a Tim Allen sound where you like, ooh,
What?
like.
No, this is.
Oh no! Let me do the real one. Oh.
No, no, this is Arnin's friend from a previous
Cool time.
life.
Friend.
Right.
I
Just
would.
laying there, clutching her chest. You do see, like, her hand is completely covered in this very dark crimson.
Can I use my Staff of Healing to cast Lesser Restoration to remove one condition or disease
Well,
from her?
Would we want to fully restore? Can we get her just? Is there something we could heal her just enough?
What are you
so that
doing?
we
These are
can-
what I'm worried about.
What are you doing?
These are what I'm worried about, and I gesture at my neck, and then I point at hers and those black veins. That maybe I'm worried she's poisoned, and just regular healing won't fix it.
Wait a minute. Is this from the brand that you put on her yesterday, Arnon?
She is
No,
currently
it doesn't.
bleeding out. What are you guys doing?
All right,
I'm
can I?
just laughing to myself.
I'm desperately trying to use the weapon. Okay. I'm just trying to cast Lesser Restoration.
Can I just give her my potion of healing? Is that fine? Not my greater, my regular.
Sure, if you would like.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Okay. If that's cool with everybody.
Yeah. That like this also seems like something Butch would kind of step in on.
I don't know
What
who I
happened?
think I had myself targeted, but I was trying to cast it on Lamia. If she gave her a potion, I'm casting Lesser Restoration and hope we can cure a poison and bring her up to something.
I didn't
Because even
hit
if-
my potion of healing yet, so I can hold on to it if you want to see what happens with lesser, and then we can do this next.
So you cast Lesser Restoration out of your staff. Doesn't seem to do anything.
Nothing?
All right, I'm gonna open her face and pour a potion of healing in her mouth.
So you open her face, start
I'm gonna open her
pouring-
face.
Start pouring the potion down. She starts coughing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I'm gonna just cover
Maybe-
her mouth and try to keep it in.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I recognize, since none of this has worked, since
You
I
can
have a hand in
you can
healing?
try.
You can certainly try. Oh my god. 18.
So with an 18, you've never seen something like this before. However, you have heard of certain magical poisons and things that make it very, very, very difficult, near impossible to heal. These are poisons that are typically reserved for the deadliest of assassins, the most high value targets.
So like on Bullet Train, that shit works fast.
About that, I'm going to say someone stabilize her, and I'm going to begin casting.
I have my hand over her mouth still, so that's just as much as I'll go behind her and like put my hand over her mouth, still trying to keep in the potion of healing that's doing nothing.
Butch is coming on. Butch is logging in.
Hooray! Yeah, I'm going to start casting Identify to see if I can magically identify what exactly is killing her right now.
So, as you do that, she coughing. She looks up at all of you and just kind of laughs slightly. This is not how this was supposed to go.
I'm gonna look at Arnon because I'm like covered in a lot of her blood, and I'm like, do we need any of this for anything?
I don't see the point.
Do we need this blood for anything? Anyone? No? Great.
No?
The general walks up, kind of puts a hand. I don't know if there's much we can do for you at this point, but if you would like to at least start to make amends, you could try telling us before it's too late what the information was that you were wanting to tell us in the first place. To which Lamia just kind of laughs a little bit. I guess there's no reason for me to hide it anymore. Sochev. The king is headed to Sochev.
When?
Soon. I don't know exactly, but soon. To which Hymir looks and is like, how did someone get in this camp to do this? In general, we had guards posted around the clock in front of her cell.
Are any of those guards trained in stealth?
Not that I'm aware of. All of those guards have been... The people that I had guarding the cells have been some of our long-term soldiers that have been around for decades. They were senior officers. None of which... I trust all of them explicitly.
What did she say happened?
She hasn't said anything about what happened yet, because nobody's asked her anything.
I'm gonna ask her who did this to you.
She laughs again, slightly laughs, coughing up blood at the same time. You see this black ichor start trickling from the corners of her mouth. It was... I can't believe I'm saying this. It was the Crimson Raven. I didn't think they were real.
Can I do a deception check to see if she's lying to us?
Insight.
Insight. Fuck.
It's deception to lie. It's insight to check to see if somebody's lying.
I feel like perception would be that. Okay.
Now, perception's to look at something and to find something.
Ugh.
She seems to be telling the truth.
What the hell?
Do you know who that is, Arnon?
I don't know if I know.
I mean, anybody who would like to can roll a history check to see if you've ever heard of this name before.
Do we have to be
But can I get advantage of that on that since my parents are famous?
Sure.
Do I get advantage on it?
No.
12.
Faye Fame's undead?
No.
Okay.
19.
Ooh.
I have an 18.
Oh shit.
Woo!
God damn.
And Butch is into the game.
Fellas.
So all of you except for Gwen have heard stories of this character before. This is an urban legend. This is the name that has been given to a mercenary, an assassin, somebody. They're called the Crimson Raven because the only time they've ever been seen, they wear a porcelain mask like the matron, like the Raven Queen. However, this porcelain mask has red painting, like almost war paint, on top of this this porcelain mask, which differentiates it from the matron's followers. They are a myth, a boogeyman, so to speak. They are something that has been told as like horror stories around campfires and in war camps. Stories of impossible assassinations caused by this person. But there's never been any evidence to corroborate that this is a real person.
What did we try on her?
Lesser restoration, a healing potion. I'm not sure after that.
At this point,
Anybody remove a curse?
they look
I think I prepped that.
towards you, Arnon. Arnon reaches a hand out towards you. A sigh as the breath escapes her lungs, her hand falls to the ground. Her eyes, which are staring right into yours, go dark as her body collapses against the barrels in the corner.
Gwen, can't you bring her back? But is that not going to do us any good anyway?
I mean, I can make her a zombie, but it's not going to benefit us. If you just said me.
Perhaps Nick would say, you can certainly try.
Yeah.
I need to buy that shirt.
I want to make it for our, I think that it needs to be a shirt that's actually available on our website.
I gotcha.
I think Critical Role might have a thing.
Oh,
Trademark.
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they have that one. Critical Role did it.
You gotta come up with a different phrase.
Anyways.
I'm pretty sure I've got Revivify prep today, but my spell sheet's all jacked up.
But you would also, you were here to know, or your Butch was here to know that so far no healing magic has, she was stabbed, she was drippings with goo of some sort in a way that no current healing magic has worked on her.
It's probably nanites, guys, are screwed.
Oh, Butch, if your sheets has a bunch of like D&D 5e like scrawled all over it, might need to reload Foundry. I had to do that earlier.
Huh.
So, at this point, the general kind of walks over and rubs their hand down Lamia's face to close the eyes and sits there silently with her eyes closed for a second, stands up, adjusts slightly. She mentioned Sochev, which you guys would know from where you are right now. Sochev is about, hold on a second here,
So you don't want me to revivify her?
I mean, you can certainly try, but so far,
Can you
no,
remove curse too?
I know I planned on. I just got here.
no healing magic has worked on her. So Sochev, you would know, is another town right on the border of Shan and Conticaria, and it's about 100 miles north of where you are outside of Kvachliev right now.
And she said the king of Shan was going there?
Yes. Then, if you remember from the previous day, which was, 2 weeks ago at this point, she mentioned that the king of Shan was headed to oversee the final stages of building a massive fortress to house an invasion force. And the invasion force that could potentially be one of the largest forces to attack Conticaria in recent history.
Maybe try it.
Yeah, I'll throw down a remove curse on her. Let's do the thing.
Gonna look at Arnon and ask if he's okay. While Butch tries.
Yeah, there's spells here prepped that I did not.
It doesn't really register.
Are you
It's not-
saying that, or what I said doesn't register?
What you said doesn't register.
Well, I'd like to cast remove curse, but it's not available. Inflict wounds is available, which is weird because I've never prepared that spell ever.
So,
I
This is
think all
weird.
of them are showing up for us now, so we can hot swap.
yeah, you
Oh,
should be
okay.
able to hot swap them. You should be able to,
All right, I see it.
click whether or not they're prepared. The little the little book icon.
Oh, I'm supposed to target her, right?
Well, she's not on the map, so.
Okay, no, I used the slot.
So you walk over and you perform your remove curse on her corpse, and hold on, let me read this item real quick. Where was it? You hit the remove curse and can't really see any difference one way or the other because, well, she's dead. So you don't notice anything specifically to let you know whether or not it had an effect or not.
Can you try to bring her back?
Yeah, it's a lot of diamond dust, gold pieces, or whatever it is. But yeah, I can. Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum.
While he does it, I'll kneel down and grab the hand she reached out.
Arnen, I would like you to roll a d20, please.
$17.
So, Butch, would you like to explain Revivify and what that looks like?
Yeah, it's what time of day is it?
Early morning, probably about 6, 7 o'clock.
Early morning. So it's still twilight?
Right after dawn.
Right after dawn. For a brief moment, we all can see the moon come overhead, even though we're inside, which is weird. We can see it, the way dreams work. The moon appears overhead, becomes full, light funnels down into her corpse, and then we await her decision to return or to not. Crap, did I freeze?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we all just were very still.
Okay.
So,
No, everyone froze except you.
wait,
It's like, did it
Well,
work?
that's what it looks like for me when it freezes.
so as this moonlight funnels down into this body, you see it slightly rise from the ground, then return back as Arnon is holding the hand, the limp, bloody hand. As the moonlight dissipates and the torchlight of the tent returns, a minute passes, and then you hear breath enter her as her eyes slowly open back up again.
Oh.
Well, that sucked.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna cast the level 1 Cure Wounds I have in my ring on her,
Okay.
which I don't have.
Just roll
Fair.
1d4. Or 2d4. Is it 2d4 plus 4?
Cure Wounds, not Healing Word.
Oh, sorry. Cure wounds. What? I
It's
don't.
D8, I think.
Yeah.
No,
One
is it?
D8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it was from Butch, so it's his spellcasting modifier.
5.
So
With the
1d8 plus
It's
5.
just level 1.
Yeah. So 8 hit points,
Okay.
and then I get up and I leave.
You see the wound start to close on her chest.
I stand up and I leave the tent.
Arnon walks out of the door. The flap, sorry.
You
Right.
aggressively slam the flap.
It's like,
No,
tent
I just.
don't have-
What am I gonna do? Zipper it up real quick? Fuck you. So,
That worked.
Yeah.
Incredible. I suppose now would be the time to continue with our line of questioning.
I guess I've already given you the big information, and, well, you've paid me back in kind by, not letting me die. Or at least bringing me back after I died.
I think Butch is going to
You
go walk out. I'll be right back, guys, and go follow Arnon.
I'm just walking towards the zone or something.
Butch follows, doesn't say anything. He just stays close.
Well, is there anything else I can answer for you? Because apparently I've played all my cards at this point, so all I can do is hope that you guys will keep your side of the bargain.
The Crimson Mask. Raven?
The Crimson Raven.
The Crimson Raven. Did
I-
they say, like, this is from insert
They
my
did
boss's
not
name here?
say a word. It was like a dream. I was in my cell, locked cell, and all of a sudden I turned into the corner and I saw a white porcelain mask with what appeared to be red war paints. And the next thing I knew was pain. And then as quickly as they showed up, they were gone.
Aren't you worried about...
Is it at all possible that they were disguised and it wasn't the Crimson Raven?
It's possible. I don't know. All I saw was the porcelain the porcelain mask.
Don't you think if they got you here, where you were under guard and around a bunch of people, that there's a non-zero chance they're gonna come back?
I mean, that's definitely a possibility, especially now, but hopefully they think that their job was completed and they think I'm just dead now. That's my only hope at this point. Because as long as they think that I'm dead, they have no reason to come look for me again.
I think that I'm just going to say one second. And then I'm going to kind of just have an aside with Emery and Gwen and just say, listen, I think we need to know how Arden wants to handle this before we make a decision. I think that we ask them to put her back in a cell so that we can have a discussion as a group privately to decide what we would what role, if any, she plays moving forward.
I do think maybe not back in the same cell, or maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Just like I'm paranoid that like they're thorough and they're gonna come back and check.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let her borrow my hat of disguise, but perhaps there's something else that we can do to like disguise her a bit, like. Because I'm afraid if we let her borrow that, she's gonna bolt. Like if she'll find a way to bolt. You know.
Right.
Here's something that needs to be taken into account. A very populated military camp was infiltrated by one person. One person who managed to get past all of our defenses and successfully poison a prisoner to death. I don't think there is any action that we take outside of having her with us at all times that would, in any way, shape, or form, guarantee her survival.
Well, I
hear
really
you.
appreciate...
I think that's a decision we can't make without Arnon and
Butch. I appreciate your concern, I really do, but...
I took them aside. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that part.
You're not a part of this.
Fuck down. Oh no.
Hey, rocks fall, you all die.
Here?
I'm not.
I'm just trying to be clear because I don't. Yeah.
No, okay.
I just don't
that's
think
fine.
that's
I missed that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, 1 second. I just don't think that that's something that we should make a decision on without, at minimum, Arden's input, because, like, that's our situation right now. I'm fine with maybe a couple of us, like, whoever, staying behind to go get them, so that we're still constantly have eyes on this person, but I think 5 extra minutes of making sure that they're going to be comfortable with whatever we move forward with.
Right. Someone had best get Arnon. And probably Butch, too.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to make any decision, he ought to be included as well.
I'm going to I'll go get him. And just also, like, I don't say it out loud, but it's kind of inferred that I want Elric and Gwen to spend some time together because I think it will, like, help repair the relationships. I'm like, you guys got it. I'll be back. I'll go grab them. Like,
and you all would know that I still have one of the stones.
Oh yeah.
Well, then Gwen can suggest that instead.
Yes. I mean, if you want to go look for him, I can also call him and have him meet you if you want.
Oh yeah, use your eye stone. Sounds good.
So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say into the sending stone, Arnon, I'm sorry. I know this must be some crap. But we need you back. Please.
Gwen, you sound like you're counting. Give me 5 minutes and make sure she's not there anymore.
I'm gonna relay that. Did you leave, Rhett?
No, because you suggested that, and I was like, great.
Okay. So I'm gonna relay that to Alric and Rhett and say we got 5 minutes to get her out.
But but we need him to answer a question about if we're making her go away. So
Well, I mean, just like I think just I thought you were trying to make that.
I will take her to, or I will have Ironhaft watch her.
all right.
So
Butch has entered the void.
the two guards that drug her in pick her back up and carry her, help assist her walking out of the tent.
Where are they bringing her? Where do they put her?
They would take her to a nearby other officer's tent, so she would still be surrounded by officers.
Okay. But it's nearby.
Yeah, it'd be in that same like circle
Great.
that you're
So
at.
since we're waiting for 5 minutes for Arnon, I'm gonna go with them and cast Entangle, just to fucking keep her there.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't trust that she's not gonna fucking escape. So I don't know.
Fantastic.
Thorny ground hugs.
Thorny ground hugs. Hear that,
Every
thorny
time.
ass?
Thorny ground hugs in your face.
All right, so about 5 minutes pass. Arnon and Butch, because I'm assuming Arnon would have found Butch on his way back, and the two of you would have
Yeah.
walked back into the tent together.
Yeah.
So the two of them enter. You may proceed.
All right.
I'm back now.
Yeah, you were like right outside, so you turned
Yeah.
around and came back before they even got there.
Are you? What do you think, Arnon, about this whole thing?
You mean where to next? Or
First, what about her? Like, do you think we, just send her off on her merry way? Do you think she's in jeopardy still? I don't know jack about the Crimson Mask, so I wouldn't. Crimson Bird.
Raven.
The Crimson. So close. The Crimson Raven. So. But it seems like they're good at what they do, and they may be thorough. So.
she's probably right. They probably think they killed her. I don't think we need to worry about her anymore.
Is there any... Do you think that she would be useful or helpful for anything moving forward, or just leave her behind and let's get out of here? Like, just moving forward.
Do you think she might?
What, Butch?
Do you think she might be able to cough up 300 gold pieces worth of diamond dust?
We already took her possessions. She didn't have much, but
Okay.
we'll look at her coin purse one more time and let you know.
Thought I'd ask.
I believe you have earned that much.
Even if she is telling the truth, she'd be 100% distraction taking her with us. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, and you'll still be able to like track her movements at least if things get a little bit fishy because of the brand, right?
Yeah, unless I have to use it on somebody else.
Okay.
How long does that last?
Until it's dispelled, or I do it on somebody else. Not too many people know about it too, so I don't even know if she'd know that it can be dispelled.
Okay.
You'd need a dispel magic, like we've seen Elric use.
Does that work on the living and the dead?
Yeah, it works on the undead. I don't know if it works on a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the corpse wouldn't be moving around much though, so it's not like you need to track it.
Did it go away when she actually died?
You didn't notice. No, it seems to still be active.
Okay.
It probably has the same window as the Revivify spell or something.
Yeah.
Well, if we think she's fine without us having to be constantly vigilant of her.
I think it does work on corpses. It says it lasts until I dismiss it, or I apply it to another creature, or it's dispelled.
Sounds like a whole new character class, the Corpse Finder.
Yeah, you didn't notice it any indication that it left her. So, and if you focus now, it would still show you towards where she is right now. So, it appears to, at least in that window of time, not have had an impact on it.
It's a TV show. It's like a rip-off of Bones.
Yeah.
Corpse
Oh,
Finder.
God.
Corpse Finder. On
So-
ABC.
Now you have made
Branded.
now you have made a decision on that, whether or not you are taking her with you. It sounds like you are not, correct?
Correct. It would just be a distraction. I wouldn't trust her, and I'd
Are you all in
spend all my
agreement?
time watching her.
Are you all in agreement?
I wasn't until I remembered the brand, but I'm more comfortable now, and I don't know her well enough to know how useful she can be or not. So I trust Arnon.
Yeah, that's on bread.
That sounds... Well, you can leave her with us and we will take care of her. We will probably fulfill our side of the bargain and give her safe passage to the coast so she can leave this continent. We will send someone to watch after and make sure she actually makes it across the sea to where she says she is going.
Can't we just like throw her? Maybe we should let her use the amulet. She'll just get totally like. She'll go into the wintry hell.
Calliope laughs a little and says, "Unfortunately, I think you guys might still should hold on to that just in case. But we will
Right.
we will send a lookout to keep an eye on her and make sure she makes it to Mastalia like she said she was. However, as it goes for you all,
DM, how do you spell that?
Mastalia,
Yeah.
Mastela, Mastela. I keep wanting to add an extra I in there. Mastela.
Okay.
And Hymir kind of...
Mama say, stay.
I forgot Hymir was here.
Yeah, Hymir's been standing in the corner throughout this entire thing. So,
That's him in the corner.
that's him in the
That's him in the
spotlight.
spotlight.
Anyway,
I'm not losing my religion, guys. No, it's
Oh
kind of a poor
my
feature.
God.
Hymir kind of steps forward and says, "No, if I remember correctly, yesterday you were speaking of your next possible path, the general. Yes, that is correct. We do need to know what you are planning next. I don't have a specific path for you to choose. However, it seems like there are 3 different options in front of you. There is this Sochev, heading up there, seeing what you can find about the king. Potentially, possibly finding some pretty good intel. Possibly swapping king for king if we come out with that. If we come up with that. That is
That like wife swapping?
similar. However, it seems like you would be going into what could potentially be a massive stockpile of troops. So, the give and the take, as it were. You mentioned the Shadowfell yesterday, Arnin. Barovia and this
Strahd.
yes. And
Don, who's a bitch?
Yes. And then Butch, there was your kinsman, your clutch mates who mentioned Darkwater. Did you find any information about that?
He wasn't here when you gave the updated thing.
I sent it to him. We texted about it yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, but I gotta look it up.
Enzo Baratheon.
Indeed.
Every
Menzo
single
Amore.
time. Menzo Baronzon.
So
Right.
it
Right.
sounds like
SAWFT soft.
It's-
Enzo Amore.
it sounds like you have three really shitty options in front of you. It's just which one of these shitty options you want to choose. You either have the shitty option of going and dealing with potentially a large army of Shanian soldiers, but also something that could potentially stop the war. You have this shitty option of going to the fucking Shadowfell again. Or you have the other shitty option of going back down into that city that you all said you barely escaped from last time.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna need another second.
I mean, by all means, take your time.
Well, we work for you. Do you have a...
I believe that from what you have said, all three of these have merit, and all three of them will need to be completed at some point. We do not need this creature that you, this being named Strahd that you talked about. If he is this powerful creature that you said he was, he will definitely need to be taken out, him and his generals, before he makes the transition over to this plane. However, the missing dragon is also could potentially cause a very big problem. Dragons don't usually go missing, so.
No, not with an ego like his.
However, I also cannot underplay the ability or the importance of potentially taking out the king of Shan, the country that has stolen more than 50% of our landmass over the past 150 years, and could potentially be amassing a large force to eliminate us once and for all.
My, General. You running for office soon? Because that was a hell of a waffle.
Man, now Butch is hungry.
You were just at breakfast with us.
I need some hash browns.
Second breakfast.
I need a lot of fuel for all this.
Elevensies.
So, I believe that you all are the ones that need to make that decision. So, please.
1 second.
Or maybe a little more, but we'll get back to you.
Please, take your time. And as you can start your discussion, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So, please, hold on, everybody. We will be back in about 10 minutes to see what the fuck these guys decide to do. See you soon. Hello, we have returned. Minus Arette, because she's got some work to do. So we will continue without Lindsay for the rest of the night, unfortunately. And I fixed the character cards so we don't have the one-shot characters up anymore. Now, as we left, you all were standing there discussing the merits, the back and forth of where you were going next. So, the floor is yours.
Well, we did just last night have that divination.
That gives us information on that path should we choose it. I love my country.
Tis of thee.
Yes, but I do not love the idea of going back down to Matza.
Menzo Baronzon.
Did we lose you for a second?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you say something after Menzo Baronzon?
I don't want to go back down there. I really don't. I don't want to let down my country, but I don't want to go back down there. We nearly died. I nearly got caught a lot. Unless there's some way that we can change how we look really well, or I don't know, have papers that say we're allowed down there.
Also, let's not cast Fireball.
Okay.
Probably
My
put
cast-
Call Lightning on the list as well.
Okay. In my defense, those spells definitely covered our escape. I wouldn't cast those in the middle. I would reserve those for when we most likely will need to escape again.
Well, you're the smartest person in the room, so I'll defer to your opinion, I guess.
Do you think that we could... Do you think we could navigate Menzo again, Elric? With maybe some better success?
Do we know down there where we would even start to look?
I mean, Gwen, you could talk to the druids, and Elric, there are surely wizards you could speak to. Are there other demon hunters that might have information?
I don't know. I could probably find a couple assholes to talk to, though.
No, there are plenty of assholes down there, so assholes probably come together. The general also said we may have to wind up doing all three. So, okay, here's my problem with addressing the king. I'm worried that whoever is acting king is just a figurehead, and removing the figurehead won't do much.
That's my worry as well.
To which Hymir kind of pipes in and says, yes, but if we can not necessarily just remove him, but replace him with the gentleman you all found in the tower in Shadowfell, the supposed true king that could potentially help.
How old does the one that's acting King of Shan look right now? Because our guy looks pretty old.
I mean, the acting King of Shan, while we haven't seen him in quite some time, I mean, he's said to be a human close to 300 years old, which is clearly not exactly possible, but from reports, it seems like it does not look like a young man by any means.
Yeah, reports. No one's seen the king. He may not even still exist, except as a name and a rumor.
Indeed, which is why potentially going and finding this so-called king that is coming to Sochev could be beneficial. Supplanting him with the true king and finding this ally that he said would know him.
Well, guys, my gut's telling me that we have to go back to the Shadowfell. I'm not sure how that fits in the big picture, though.
Sounds like we're gonna have to go there regardless. And if we're worried about not being prepared for Menzo Baronzon, I don't know how much better we'd fare in Shadowfell. But we could try. It all really seems kind of iffy, being honest.
I could probably do with more magic at my disposal.
We could always do with you having more magic at your disposal, Elric.
I'm glad we agree. Perhaps I will go look for some more spell scrolls if anyone's got it. Any that might help turn the tide in the situation. That said,
General, if we don't go to the king, do you have another team to send? Or even a battalion or whatever?
This would be to eliminate and supplant a king in this fashion would require more of a surgical strike than a battalion. I would not feel comfortable sending a full troop regiment. I would prefer a small strike force, and as much as this pains me to say, you all have the best track record at this point.
Thanks
Especially if
for
they have
the
votes.
vote of confidence.
That seems to be the only really time sensitive of the three. Or the most time sensitive of the three.
Did she give any indication of how long the fake King Caius is supposed to be in Socha?
I think she said soon.
Yes, she mentioned that he would be there soon, shortly. We don't have any information as to how long he will be there. We can ask her again, but it seems like this would be something that they would not want to stick around. The king is rarely outside of fuck. Hold on. God damn it, map.
Did Butch have Zone of Truth up when that happened?
He did not, actually.
Well,
okay, so Perry, you weren't here for that part. So
no, that's why I asked you to do it.
I understand that.
Well,
However,
she got drug in dying.
exactly.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that. I thought
That's what I'm trying.
happened.
That's what I'm trying to explain right now. So
Okay,
you weren't
I didn't
here for
know.
that part. Someone stabbed her while she was in her cell. They found her like that when they went to bring her in, and they drug her in, bleeding out and practically dead. So whether or not Butch would have had the wherewithal to be like, oh, wait, hold on, Zone of Truth real quick, even though you're dying.
I didn't know.
I'll let you, at this point, since you were not here, say whether or not at that moment with the dying person, Butch would have cast Zone of Truth.
With in mind that I was healing her and she was given a potion and nothing was working.
No, I don't think he would have.
Okay. So then no,
Because
Zone of Truth was not up.
because Perry thought it had already been cast because I didn't know what was going on. Because I arrived and you guys were talking about someone bleeding out and having killed someone, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, so I didn't say anything.
Right. My thought process was everything was so hectic going on right there that
Sure.
Butch didn't have a chance to cast the spell. But since it's your character, in hindsight, I'm giving you the opportunity. We can retcon that if you say that he would have gone ahead and done it.
I mean, Butch would have known that we had not actually interrogated her, so he would have cast the spell.
Okay, then yeah, then we'll say yes. Zone of Truth was up when you were talking to her, and it did not change her answers. Her answers still stayed the same. So, what the general was saying is, what we do know is that the King of Shan is very rarely seen outside of Sun. So, the opportunity to get to the king while he is outside of his fortress and outside of the capital does not present itself often. We do not know how long he will be there.
Here's a thought. What if our mission is not to replace him with our guy, but to gather intel on what he is, who he is, just gather actionable intelligence?
This is also a possibility. I am not saying that you have to go in and assassinate this gentleman. I am just saying we know where the king is. That we know where the king is going to be. He is going to be vulnerable. He is going to be outside of the capital, outside of his main battalion of guards. He will have his personal bodyguards with him, of course. But this might be the only time that we can get close to him. If we have the opportunity to take him out, that would be fantastic. But if we have the opportunity just to find intel on him and see whether or not this other person that you found that is stating they are the King of Shan has any legitimacy behind it, that also would be invaluable information.
How long would it take us to get to Sochev?
Sochev is about 100 miles north of you. It is within the Shanian border still, like right on the edge. So you could either go straight through Shanian territory, and it would take you roughly a little over 3 days. Yeah, it would take you a little over 3 days to get there, or you could swing back in and go through Conticaria, which would only add about another day to your travel.
Question, and I would think maybe Gwen would be aware of this. When you go into Shan, is it like going into the Fire Nation and you got to dress up like the Fire Nation people, or you stand out like a sore thumb?
No.
Or is it just like everybody's everywhere and it's just borders move?
I feel like all of you would really know this, and you're technically behind the line at this point anyway with the invasion, because Kvachliev was taken over and annexed into Shan, so you're technically within Shan borders right now. And I mean, you could potentially walk through countrysides and not really bring up too much, what's the word I'm looking for?
Attention?
Attention. Sure, we'll go with that.
Are there really turtles living in Shan?
That would probably be your biggest caveat as to whether or not you went unnoticed. Is
We do have a hat of disguise in the party. Could talk to Rhett about swapping it out for the Pearl of Power.
Do you have seeming yet, Elric?
Not only do I not have that, I don't think I have the power to cast that yet.
So we have a hat. Do any of those tunnels on the map we found of the Underdark and the surface line up with where we want to go?
As in, we go down into the Underdark and then surface in Shan?
Yeah.
Now that is a very good question.
Is that
Elric
2 birds with 1 stone?
Elric is going to pull out the map and then the underground tunnel overlay.
Yep. Give me a second. I haven't added this into the new Foundry yet, so give me... Oh, wait, did I? No, I did not. Oh, yeah, I did. No, I did not. Never mind. Sorry. Did I? No. Yes? No. Yes? No.
Yeah, what's the over-under?
Where is it at? Where is it at? All right, Underdark overlay. Oh, come on, fucker. So, can you all see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Kvachliev, and then yes, you would see that there is. So Kvachliev is basically right on top of Menzoberranzan, and then yes, there is a pathway through the Underdark that goes underneath Soshev, at least. Whether or not you can find an access point to the surface at that point, you're not sure.
I mean, it would make sense if they were both in Shanian-controlled territory that they'd want to be able to move about between their cities, right?
And it would most likely explain how they've been able to take so much land, basically doing surprise attacks from underneath.
Yeah.
Well,
Feels like Menzoberranzan is the root of our problem.
That was funny, right?
I tried.
Um, but Arnon, remind me again your interest of returning to the Shadowfell?
I had a vision that we needed to return there.
Oh. Yeah, it's not good to not do the visions. Ugh.
How long ago did you have that vision?
Not after we killed the dragon. It was like right after we returned, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the night after you killed the dragon.
I woke up and said, "We have to go back."
Yeah, pretty much.
well, it sounds like we're going to Menzoberranzan, handling that, and then through the Underdark, going to Sochev, and then most likely after that going to the Shadowfell and hopefully strong enough to deal with either another dragon in the dark or Strahd himself.
I'm really worried that the reason Arnott had a vision is there's something in the Shadowfell we're going to need before we do one of the other two. Oh, it's so hard when you don't know.
I'm worried he's getting these visions from a place that may or may not want to put him and through him all of us in direct danger. I've never been one to...
I think all of our
Trust
jobs
too
come
much.
from such a source. To be honest. It's like there's some evil puppet master out there going, "Ha, ha, 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 torture these fucks."
Whatever
I
would
will-
give you that idea.
What a
I will tell
crazy
you-
thought.
My vision, the dream, was centered around the impulse to free the people of that city. It was a message like, you can still help them.
Point of order, real quick. The image you saw was the army attacking Rockrialt. And she said you can... The capital of Castellatri.
Okay. You can still save them.
You can still
right?
save them.
Yeah.
Interpreting that you can still save the capital city.
Got you. Yeah, we could still save the people from this army. That was a long time ago. I haven't had another one since. I don't know if that's time sensitive too.
Above game, I'm completely forgetting where Rockrialt is.
Rockrialt is down on the southwestern tip of Conticaria.
I see.
So there's Castellatri, which is on the west or east coast right here, which is where you started. There's Torchev right here, which is where you kind of set up camp, and then Kvashliev, which is where you are right now that you just liberated. Sochev, which is about 100 miles north up here, and then Rockrialt. And then there's Soon, which is where she said the capital of Shan, which is up here on this lake.
Why would the king be coming this close to the border?
Well, she said that they were in the process of, he was coming to oversee the final build of basically this massive fortress that was going to, and oversee the coming together of one of the largest invasion forces in history that could potentially be more or less coming to wipe out Castellatri or Conticaria.
Does the general perhaps have something we could maybe place in the water? Or some other sabotage type thingy? Be like a arcane nuke.
A tactical nuke strike?
Something to eliminate the forces while... What are you suggesting? Sneaking in and sabotaging some the water source and eliminating...
I mean, if we're going to be there, maybe we can...
Let me look into that. We might be able to come up with something if that is...
Max out our presence.
Absolutely.
So are we thinking about going into Menza Veranzan or into the Underdark to surface at Sochev and throw poison in the water supply? So to say?
I believe that's what it sounds like we're doing.
Huh?
That's a lot of innocent lives.
It's an invasion force. We don't need to put it in the town. We need to put it in the camp.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all filthy humans anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm aboard.
I knew that would get him.
Let me speak with my alchemists and see if there is anything that we can come up with. That's kind of a larger scale. I'm not sure if something at such a large scale will be that easy for you to carry, however, over such a long distance.
We have a bag.
Oh, you have the bag, don't you? You could always place it in the bag, that is true.
I have a whole barrel of chocolate covered grasshoppers there.
Hey,
it's my barrel.
let me talk with my alchemists. I'm not sure if we have the supplies to get this done quickly, but I will see what we can have done. I will see what we can do.
We can make 10,000 gallons of DC 10 poison.
How much sarin gas can our alchemy jug produce?
None.
A 5x5 square.
So it is
Sweet. We'll just move that one square around a lot.
So is this your path then? You're heading back down?
Oh, well, I thought maybe we could go down and then use it as a stealthy way to get to
Right,
the king,
you're-
and then perhaps on the way back check out the other thing.
So you're headed
Okay.
back down, going to see the king, then coming back through to potentially
Recon.
investigate the missing dragon?
That was
So
my
let's see.
thought, because the king thing seems time sensitive.
Elric, maybe look for the reduce spell.
He's got that. Or no, he's
Really?
got an enlarge and reduce. Yeah, enlarge and reduce.
I do not have that spell.
I do.
Oh,
Or can
that one
have
fail?
it.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that failed.
Oh, my bad.
Gwen,
Sorry.
you have it because it's tight down there. It's not comfortable.
Yeah, I can absolutely. I mean, I can't do it right this second, but I'd be able to do
no.
it for you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Butch.
Would it be the first time?
Well, sounds like we have a plan.
Oh, it does.
Indeed. When are you expecting to leave?
As soon as you look into that thing for us, and then Elric can maybe see if anybody's got any spells for him. Maybe some of Butch's friends.
We
Yeah.
tried them already.
Oh, did we?
Clutch mates?
Yeah, trying to remember if it was roll fizzle beef.
Hmm.
So, come back to me tomorrow. I will have whatever. I will bring together whatever I can from the alchemists in the camp. Come see me tomorrow morning, and I will have all of that ready for you.
We'll see you then.
Well, you know, is there a mage cadre where they're like a place where they're staying or anything?
I believe Anisra and a few of the others have tents set up.
Maybe we should go talk to them. They might have something you can copy.
Back that way.
Or maybe they could write some first level spells at least for you. You know?
Here's hoping. Let's see what they have.
I mean, we have to pay for them, but that's
They should be able to just copy them right out of their spell book.
yeah, but
Fair
it costs
wizard,
material.
yeah.
It costs gold piece materials worth.
Not
Actually,
in this world.
Oh,
That was the trade-off.
Yeah, that's the trade-off. Is you don't have to constantly spend money on the materials. You just have to find and buy the spells.
oh, so it costs nothing for them to make them.
Correct. It costs nothing
Ooh.
to transfer them over, but you have to buy the spell scrolls.
Oh, well, then getting them should be fantastically easy. It's like, hey, can you write this down, please?
Let's see if they have something that's actually worth our time.
Absolutely.
Well, then I will see you all tomorrow. I will be here if you have any other questions.
Of course.
as you all turn to leave, Hymir looks at you and says, Gwen, do you have a second? Pulls you off to the side.
Hands her a piece of paper. I thought you might be hungry.
Shove it in my mouth.
I brought you a sandwich.
Butch is going to try and stay within earshot.
Put some mustard on that thing.
You can make a perception check to see if you can still hear what's going on.
Mustard paper.
I mean, they're probably going to speak a language I can't understand anyway. So whatever.
That's true. They could do that, but so
Is he?
Perception? Yay! Got a 10.
So you can hear you can hear the soft mufflings of this, but you are too far away to kind of make anything out. Hymir looks to you, Gwen, and says, "Well, it looks like you are going to be leaving again."
So it seems.
This assassin that showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of such a thing before. But if they can infiltrate this camp while we're all standing here, this is not something to take lightly.
I'm not. But I'm also not sure what we can do, and I'm hoping maybe she was just the target.
My point is, be vigilant.
Okay.
Don't let your guard down, because if they are paying for this individual to assassinate someone who was a servant of the hand because of, I'm assuming, information that could have gotten out, imagine what they would do to the people who, once they find out that you were the ones that killed the hand.
Valid point.
So just keep your eyes open and stay safe.
I will do my best. And I'm just gonna pull the sending stone I have. Gonna look through them. Like this one.
Your Rolodex.
Yeah,
It's like a
this
rock
one.
polisher. It just
Oh my god.
You know, we can make a glove. You can put him in the glove.
Yeah. Well, I have
Sort of
gloves
like
on.
a gauntlet.
Yeah, a gauntlet.
Perhaps a never-ending gauntlet.
Never-ending gauntlet.
Ever expanding.
No, I have. I mean, I know you all had trouble reaching us via the stone last time we were there, but I mean, once we get maybe a certain way away from the city, we'll check in and make sure. I don't know if there's anything that we can do that you know of to make this a little bit more subversive, other than pass without a trace.
You already have any advantage I could give you. You already know. So unfortunately, there's no knowledge or advice I can give you in that respect. I just, if you end up going through Menzo Baranzan once again, I just hope you are a little more successful in your diversions this time.
We have discussed how audible our spells are, and we're going to take that into account, and we are going to tread lightly, and we'll you know, we're not. I don't think we're going to dive too deep on the way through it the first time. So, to Sochev. So it'll be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Well, if you run into trouble, You know how to reach me. I will do my best. I cannot guarantee how quickly we can get to you, but I will do my best to rile our forces and come to your aid as quickly as possible.
Let's hope it doesn't come anywhere near that.
Indeed, that would be for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have some business to attend to, but I will speak with you when you get back.
We definitely will.
Be safe.
You too.
Arn is going to pop his head back in the tent and say, "Hey, Hymir, you know anything about shrinking heads?"
That is not... No?
No?
Are you still wearing them around your neck?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think we've got
Okay.
about 8 days before I have to cast Gentle Repose again.
All right. Thanks. And then I walk out.
It's too bad
He's
Heimer doesn't
not-
have like a pair of magic boots he could give to Gwen or something.
I'm sure those were lost to time somewhere.
What a
too bad.
crazy random
Pretty nice
happenstance.
boots.
He probably sold those when he upgraded.
Yeah.
Or he
Ugh.
wore them out after 100 years.
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna like he does need they're the Hand of Tiamat were large creatures, right? So the heads are
Yes,
huge.
they are. The
Hanging
heads
off
are-
Arnon's shoulders.
Are quite massive. He...
Okay.
Especially on my thin, like dancer type body.
He kind of
It's like-
looks like an upside down cock and balls right now.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to ask Hymir, like, do you think that like if I cast reduce on those that like it look less phallic?
I'm sure it would. I'm pretty sure anything would make it look less phallic at this point.
Stunning.
Arnon,
Okay.
I think you've accidentally discovered the fantasy equivalent of truck nuts.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
Somebody
Trevor-
fucking kill me.
Ew. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go.
You're just gonna go.
I'm just gesturing. I'm just gonna be like, I don't. I'm gonna like, like act like I'm gonna high five him and then not, and then be like, well, we'll be in touch. This is.
All right. Be safe.
You
So-
too. Fuck off.
The rest of you, what are the three of you doing?
I'm going to try to
Red's-
catch up with Elric.
Rhett's going to get drunk.
I'm just going with Elric to
And
try to get
spells.
him some spells.
All right.
You know,
Uh,
I know he can use my powers of persuasion.
So you guys head.
Well,
You guys
I'll
head
see what Gwen's doing then.
in the direction
I'm
towards.
going with you guys.
Oh, you all are going. Okay.
So we're all going to the magic tent.
Unless we see like legitimate feats of strength or something happening on the way there, like I'm just gonna follow them and see if I can get it in.
Nothing too exciting going on right now. You do see a battalion suiting up, getting ready to go through and more or less make sure that there's no more resistance in the city. But you make your way towards the tent that Calliope pointed you towards. You do see a fairly large tent. This one stands out as it's more of a like violet shade. You walk in and you see almost like workstations, scribe tables, alchemy, or like small alchemy sets. You see a few people of different races sitting at these desks, scrawling on. I can't talk. Writing on scrolls and reading books, and you see this little dwarf man, older dwarf man in the back, like pouring these chemicals together and.
Chemicals.
I believe dwarves prefer to be called medium-sized.
Gnome. Sorry, I said dwarf. I meant gnome. Gnome.
Okay.
Good to know that now.
Sorry, that was my fault. I said the wrong word.
No worries.
Frizzy hair sticking out and everything.
Excuse me.
You see this elven man close to the front. Oh, yes. How can I help you?
Yes. I was wondering if you had any spell scrolls.
We do.
Anything looking around at the other wares, like anything particularly potent magically?
How potent? On a scale of 1 to 9, how potent are you looking?
Ask him if they have any that go
okay.
up to 11.
On a scale of 1 to 9,
What can you handle?
like what level? I'm not sure exactly what level. Finding and maybe dealing with the king outright, that would be, but I think I personally am at 4 currently.
Well, we do have a few sitting over here, ranging in levels from 1 to 4. He pulls out.
Conveniently.
Yeah. Anything past this point would be of a higher potency, but up to this point is what you're looking for. We will look for...
Before Red goes to get drunk, she gives him bardic inspiration.
You're not learning them yet.
No, we're just getting the scrolls. Let's worry about that when we get to it.
So, we have currently 5 available that are completed. We're working on a few more, but we have 5 that are available. The first one, he pulls this one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a scroll of Misty Step.
All right.
Second
Nick, you
one.
really need a drum roll sound effect for this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Exactly.
This is a scroll of fear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Be a
9,
bird,
10.
be very a bird.
We have this scroll of vampiric touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have this scroll of fabricate. And then finally, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have one scroll of false life.
False life is good.
Okay. And these 5 are the only 5 they have available?
Currently, yes. We do have some scribes working on newer scrolls, but unfortunately they're not completed at this point.
Right. How much for these?
Since you are an active member of the military, and this is a military camp, if you are looking to purchase all of these, we will give you the military discount of 1,000 gold for all 5 scrolls.
My friend, we are not merely in the military. We are the ones that took out the 5.
And that is, my friend, is why you're getting the discount for 1,000 gold for all 5 of these scrolls.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Okay.
Yeah, we can afford it, Butch. We can afford it.
Okay.
1,000 gold. All right.
Make a note of that for Lindsay.
Yep.
Just trying to leverage what little renown we have. Especially after the boat fiasco.
Oh. We
Don't
are
mention
already.
the boat. Don't mention the boat. That's not
Boat.
not positive.
Don't worry about it.
We don't talk about the boat.
You mean that boat that we took out of Shan's Navy? Sean's Navy? Sean's Navy.
Sean.
Yeah.
Bro.
John's Navy.
Sean's Navy.
Yeah, I mean, we sank it. We sank that boat.
Or that boat we sailed on, and it still exists and is completely fine.
So,
Mirza,
is
that's what I was
that
It is?
is that a deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deal for the scrolls.
Fantastic.
So can
Do
you
you have any other wares, or are these scrolls like the extent of your wares?
This is all that we have currently. All of our other resources were used up during the invasion.
I got Misty Step and Fabricate. What were the other 3?
Misty Step, Fear, Vampiric Touch, Fabricate, and False Life.
Is the person talking to us right now the same one that was like mixing chemicals?
No, this is an elven man.
Okay.
Elven man.
Manish elf.
Can I go over to the guy if you're done, Elric?
Yes. We've pretty much cleaned them out at this point.
I want to go over to the guy mixing chemicals and ask him and tell no. I'm gonna say hi.
Huh?
In a
Hi!
calm way as to not startle him.
Well, it's too late. You already startled me.
I didn't mean to. I said
I was very
hi.
focused.
And I'm so sorry
What?
to interrupt that.
What do you want? I'm busy.
Do you have any components that might make poison? I'm just gonna put it out there. We fought the hand and we used what I had, and I'd love to make some more. So I'm just looking for some, or just things that don't heal.
So, you want components to make poison?
Sure. Yeah. I don't mean sure as if you suggested it. I suggested it. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'm sorry.
You are very odd.
You
Tell me
would be
about
the
it, buddy.
first one to mention it, and I am so sorry to disrupt your whole flow here.
I am not currently making poisons, and I do not have the materials to make the poisons.
Watch your paper, buddy.
I apologize, but that is not my specialty. I no.
Okay, well, I will leave you to it then.
Okay.
Do you have to know how to shrink heads?
No. What? No. Who does
Arden,
that?
I can shrink those for you tomorrow. I'll just need to rest. I would prefer to rest after doing this so soon.
Okay.
A lot of my resources. Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thanks.
It's good.
We're
good
just
luck
gonna
with
get
the-
down on one knee so we can look this guy in the eye.
Oh no.
Oh God. You're a very large man.
Hey,
Person. Thing. Sorry.
I'm a turtle. What is your specialty?
He's gonna blow the building up on accident because you're scared.
I am attempting to cobble together some makeshift healing potions since all of our resources have been used during the invasion, but unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of luck because we're kind of missing most of the components. So I'm just kind of fucking winging it at this point.
Can I offer him some help with my herbalism kit?
Thanks, but I think I'm good. I don't know what you've been up to with talking about poisons. I don't really think that that's the right information that we need to commingle into this at this point. That's kind of the opposite of what I'm trying to do here.
Right, I'm not saying let's
please go away.
I wanted to help.
Look.
Well, good luck,
at her,
sir.
look at her fingers.
I know, I saw.
It's not.
I have work to do. If you wouldn't mind, please. I'm not trying to be completely rude. I'm just very focused right now. And this is kind of volatile. And if I don't get these proportions just right, it won't work.
Okay, let's all leave the good gnome.
I'll stick my hand up one of the head's throat and so go, have a good day.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
Arnon, why are you like this?
I love it.
Because Butch needs a good laugh every so often.
Oh my god, we're leaving? We're leaving?
Baby, I was born this way.
Oh my god.
I can't swap spells out on a short rest, can I?
No.
Nah.
Shit. Okay.
Is there
if you were
anything Butch could actually do to help?
If you're just trying to shrink his heads, we can say
I
that
would like to do that.
These two.
we can say that you set it up for the night before so you don't have to waste an entire other day just to swap your spells.
Yeah, I would love that. I got you, Arnon. I mean, I don't know if you want to do this outside of this place because I think we put him on edge a bit. We don't want to be shrinking heads in his whole aura, but like we can step outside and I can shrink those down a bit, the proportion
Cool.
perhaps.
Cool. I like going. I can use them as a keychain.
That's small. Okay.
I am a full-fledged cleric in my 8th season of adventuring. If I could offer my assistance.
Are you still talking to the gnome?
Yeah.
Thanks, but I think I got it. I appreciate the assistance, but I'm kind of just winging it here. I don't really. I'm working with what I got, so I just kind of need focus.
Can I offer anything like aid another or anything? It's a helpful comment. I don't know.
Just
Give him a swift pat on the back. Don't do that.
Oh God!
Absolutely not.
The whole tent blows up.
Oh no!
We're leaving the tent.
Yeah, I think I walked out with Arnon to shrink the heads.
Yeah, they're kind of burdensome.
Yeah. I mean, are you sure you don't want them to like still be like maybe grapefruit size, so they're still like you can still really put them in people's faces and they see the detail? Or do you want them like golf ball sized?
I don't know. We can try it out. Grapefruit size, like kind of dangling from the top of my rapier sheath or something. Just as long as they don't like sound like a horse when they clack together.
Yeah, we whatever you want. I got you.
I
You
gotta
got
stay
two
stealthy.
dragon heads and they're clacking them together.
Yeah.
That would just not clippity clop. That would be such a terrible noise.
It's like a crippled horse.
Oh.
With broken legs.
Oh no.
When it runs, it looks like they're kissing each other.
Sounds like somebody's stirring a thing of macaroni.
Oh.
Every charisma check disadvantage.
For
It's
life.
already pretty much that. So
That changes nothing.
So as
Yeah.
you, after you
Fair.
shrink his heads, what you have a full day, or it's probably getting close to midday at this point. What are you doing?
I'm going to depart from the group and go look for Misra.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
Make an
She's here.
Make an investigation check.
Oh no, Butch should want to help you.
Oh, investigation.
If you don't want Butch to help you, you're gonna have to make a deception roll.
How good is a 20? Or a natty light?
So you leave the tent, and while you're leaving the tent, you literally almost physically run into her as she is looking down, sketching in a book while she is walking into the tent, not paying attention to where she is going, and then at the last minute looks up and it's like, oh, Elric, hi.
Hi. Almost didn't expect to see you here.
We made it through, at least for now.
Yes. It's like you're busy with something?
Research into trying to figure out how we're going to stabilize the town, the city, now that the hand is dealt with, which congratulations on that, by the way. I heard you guys were pretty successful.
That we were.
But
Butch is gonna interject and say something to try and help.
Oh my god.
He says, Misra, you're looking very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're busy with your theorems.
Indeed.
Given that this newly liberated city is going to need some work.
Yeah, we're trying to make
Not
sure
even letting me roll my
that
persuasion.
trying to make sure that nobody that there's no resistances or no power vacuum, I guess would be the best way to put it. During the transition, trying to ease the transition as quickly and as delicately as possible.
Right.
What about you? What are you sticking around for a while, or do you have another assignment?
About that. There is another assignment, and it involves the King of Shan.
Oh, interesting.
Depending on what we find in Sochev, we might have means and opportunity to replace him.
Oh, that's kind of a lot.
It is. But our success rate has been pretty reliable so far.
Indeed. Well, good luck and be safe.
You as well. Perhaps maybe we can have a meal together tonight?
Yeah, sure. That should work.
All right. Meal tonight it is.
Don't touch the amulet.
Not worried about the amulet. I've unattuned to it. It'll be fine. Well,
See, no, that's when it gets you.
I'll see you tonight.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Until then. And then Alric is going to walk off. And hope that he wasn't entirely too awkward.
Wait, so he walks out of the tent, talks to her, then just walks away? Okay. I'm going to go back in the tent.
Going back in the tent. Oh, no.
Okay, so you walk into the tent, and what do you do, Mr. Deadlift?
I thought this was the tent we were in.
No,
I thought it was going back in the tent.
Yeah, this is the tent that you were just in where he got the spell scrolls.
Yeah, I think we left because the gnome gentleman was quite uncomfortable with us.
So you all see Butch immediately come right back out of the tent.
Like, Rich, you upset, Butch?
Yeah, I was thinking about food. Yeah.
What time is it?
I don't know, but that's not the mess tent.
Midday-ish.
Well,
I wish I knew how to make healing potions. I assume I don't, since I wasn't able to give him any kind of advice.
I technically do, and just haven't.
I don't even know if my character class lets me.
Well, Butch, if you
metagamed.
really want to make some healing potions, I do have an herbalism kit, and I can show you, and hope it doesn't go totally wrong.
I like projects. I don't know if we have time. Doesn't that take like days and days?
You're only proficient in a flute, so no, you do not have the ability to make.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Nice.
By Angel Molina.
That's cute.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Incredible.
So, is there anything else you guys want to accomplish during this day?
Can I actually use the herbalism kit and make some potions?
Do you have the correct components? Do you have any components?
I have an herbalism kit which contains. Oh, I at one point when I bought the components to make the poison, I also restocked my herbalism kit and then asked for those poison components. And I never did anything with the herbalism kit after that.
So you did. I kind of remember.
There is one other thing that I'd like to do, but this would be like a purely for entertainment thing.
Okay.
Well, Butch teach you how to play the flute?
We'll get to that.
I can do that.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your herbalism kit. You should be able to roll. Yeah.
20. A natty light.
Go ahead and
That's
It's
what
gonna
I
taste like
make.
mushrooms. Whatever she made, it's gonna taste like mushrooms.
Yeah. Go ahead
Just-
and
Yeah, like
lot of
like
camp.
Natty Light. Natty Light tastes like mushrooms.
go ahead and roll me a d4
A D4, you say?
plus your proficiency modifier. Oh shit,
Don't-
Oh
balls!
don't
my
talk
god!
about-
You
Oh my.
are
Yeah,
on.
that would be 7.
You are on fire today, and you are able to create 7 regular healing potions.
Oh shit.
Or you could you have the ability. You could either do 7 regular healing potions, or you could do 3 greater healing potions.
I'm gonna do 3 greater
Fantastic.
healing potions.
Are you going to keep those for yourself, or are you distributing them?
I'm gonna distribute them to the party because I still have one.
Who
So I
are
guess
you
I'll-
giving them to?
I, if possible, I would ask who doesn't have one right now.
I think everyone has a greater, I believe. Hold on.
I have a greater and a regular.
Yeah, everyone
3 regulars.
everyone should. Rhett has a. Where the fuck did they go? Rhett has 1 regular and 1 greater.
Okay, I think I would give them to
Oh, I don't think I have any.
You should have some. You should
I-
have.
Looks like I have 3 regular potions of healing. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Wait, why don't you have any? Elric,
I-
you should.
I
No,
don't know.
Elric should have 1 greater and 1 regular as well. I'll add those in.
Mine just says potion of healing, parentheses 3.
Oh, so you have 3 regular.
I guess
I would-
so.
I'll give you a greater too, because you should have had a greater. Everyone should have had at least 1 greater and 1 regular after the last restock. So
Okay.
I am gonna give the 3 that I made today. I'm gonna give 1 to Butch, 1 to Arnon, and 1 to Elric.
okay, so that
Cool.
should be
The tank, off tank, and off tank.
so that
I'm going to, if you offer it to me, I'm going to say, give that to Rhett.
Okay.
so that's 1 to Butch, 1 to Rhett, and 1 to Arnon.
Yeah.
All right, Butch, you should have 2 greater.
I didn't poison it. Like,
Ooh,
it's
yeah,
a
popped
greater
up.
healing potion,
Neat.
Elric.
All right, where is Arnon?
It's not that I don't trust you. It's that I can, at a moment's notice, really make myself hard to hit.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair.
All right, so that's 2 in there, and then there's 1 for Rhett. Fantastic. All right, cool. So, as you do that, Elric, what were you doing?
I'm going to, over the course of the afternoon, in an attempt to entertain the soldiers, basically gonna put on a summoning show.
Okay. Also
And
something
with-
for the OnlyFans.
And with my spell, Conjure Minor Elementals, I'm going to ask the crowd what it is that they'd like to see, and give them a list of different things that I could potentially summon.
Fantastic.
You know what the soldiers are going to ask for. Really lewd elementals.
Lewd elementals?
Yeah.
Ooh, do I have a lewd elemental?
Elementals and shapes in very particular places.
Mhm.
I can summon an animated drow statue and just
Oh my.
I could summon an Azer, which is like what looks like a fire dwarf, kinda.
Fire dwarf.
Can you
a big
can
hard
you
statue.
summon the rogue warlock pet from WoW? Is that would be what soldiers want?
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Rogue warlock.
Was that like the
Like it's-
succubus looking thing?
Yeah, with the whip
yeah,
that I did.
Yeah.
Now the best I got for that is a fire newt warlock.
Mm.
I can summon 2 of them. I can also summon like 8 small dragons.
Can you summon?
Are they dick dragons?
What?
No.
Who knows?
Maybe instead of going that route, just go for the fun and whimsical route, and like
Yeah.
either have the elementals, fight each other, but they don't have to, or like stack them on top of each other, like
You could
summon
summon some Bob Hope elementals.
gymnastics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if any of them are like pieces of them are suspended, you could have them remove it and like a hat.
Yep. You could summon the fundamental elements of comedy.
I don't know if I can summon the element of timing, but I'll give it a shot.
All right, so go ahead and make a performance check for me.
Ooh,
I
can I help him with this?
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So make it with
Okay,
advantage.
Advantage. All right. Let's see.
I'll use my
Giving you all
flute
this sound
proficiency.
advice.
I play flute music.
21.
boy.
It's a
Oh, that's a 21.
It's a
Nice.
fantastic show you put on.
It's a jousting session. Like 2 like fire newts are astride these not quite Yoshi like lizard steeds. They're wearing
Not quite.
funny looking armor, and it's
Kokobos.
kinda, but like lizards.
Is there any real jousting going on? Because
I
I
don't
want to
think we've been
enter
here-
as
I don't-
someone's horse.
Oh my god. I don't think we've been in town long enough to set that up.
Yeah, no. That's not a thing. We're not going there right now.
Okay, I want that that's on Gwen's bucket list,
Come on.
is to enter a joust as someone's mount.
Come on, DM, set up a joust at 11:30. Come on.
Set up a go fuck yourself. Anyway.
Oh shit.
So,
No, I wanted
yeah,
it until I said it.
Yeah, the 3 of us, and Arnon, you too, if you also want to say that you helped, entertain the soldiers.
as you do. So, the evening comes, you all do your thing. If there's nothing else,
Get that dinner.
get your dinner, find your rest. You have a lovely, actually, roll me a d20.
Doesn't
Elric.
have to meet with?
That's what he's-
Okay.
That's what I'm rolling for.
Roll me a d20. Actually, no. Roll me a general charisma check.
General charisma.
That seems like it's more fitting. General charisma? Let's see.
Private
To be
wisdom.
fair, General Charisma is good looking.
General charisma.
Would expect so.
General charisma, major failure.
Oh no. Oh.
So with an 8 on your general charisma
See
check,
failure at most.
It's just the cutest awkward date.
it is very awkward. Extremely awkward. But not bad. Not
They are elves.
Yeah. It's not. It's just a lot. There's quite a few empty pauses, uncomfortable silences, but all in all, after you both warm up and you do end up having a decent evening together, it's not like fireworks and romance or anything like that, but it's also not horrible. It's a pleasant, slightly awkward evening.
You guys are wizards, not sorcerers.
Exactly. So,
Just like ask her what she's reading. I tell her what I'm reading while
Yeah.
we're writing.
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. It's like if two members of the chess club went out to dinner together.
Yep.
Love to imagine that at one point in the night they both pull out their books and start writing about each other at the same time.
Oh my god.
And then it's like awkward laughter.
I take your notes,
Writing.
Sesh.
So, the rest of the night for all the rest of you comes and goes, and next morning arises, and what do you do?
Oh,
Huh?
copy the
So-
spells.
Oh, copy the spells. You want to copy your spells first?
Yep.
All right.
Before you
With-
went to sleep?
With the bard present.
Bardic inspiration.
And guidance.
And guidance.
All right.
Officially
So,
declaring I give you guidance for each.
and Rhett will give you bardic inspiration. Bardic inspiration.
And Butch
Whoa.
will give you a pat on the back.
I
What?
clicked it once.
Yeah, and it went to me.
And I still have public role selected,
Fuck.
so I have
That's really
no
weird.
idea what
All
I
right.
did.
Because coughing
Anyway.
up blood helps you get
Okay.
it done.
So,
Oh, you need to be on the board, don't you?
No, looks like I can roll.
I wasn't able to.
So Arcana.
Yeah. First one's first, Misty Step. This will be a level 2 spell, so DC would be 12. That's 17. That is without an issue. Fear, level 3 spell, DC 13.
Okay.
Oh, without a fucking issue.
All right.
Vampiric Touch, also level 3, DC 13. No problem with that one either.
Fantastic.
Fabricate, this is a DC 14, as it is a fourth level spell.
All right.
That's the one that lets you make like synthetic materials like polycarbonate fiber and stuff.
That is 12.
Inspiration
And guidance.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is roll the guidance. Let's see. That's 1d4.
Oh, yeah. Without an issue. Yeah, you struggle a little bit on that one. Almost lose it,
Ooh.
but you're able to make the copy. Finally, False Life. This is a first level spell, so this is a DC 11.
DC 11.
Oh, perfect. 11
That's
on
11
the
on the
die.
die.
For a 19. So yeah, you are able to copy those over. So,
Wunderbar.
as you do that, you all
Yeah, sehr gut.
da.
Das ist so
Wait,
gut.
wrong language. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
das ist gut. So you all have your night's sleep. Wake up in the morning. The day is yours.
Oh, we need to check with the general before we leave. See if she came
Maybe
up with
has some
something
stuff.
to
Yeah.
dirty the bathwater with.
Ooh.
I don't think they need help with that. I also don't think they're gonna drink that.
Okay. We really need to work on picking up what each other's laying down.
We just got up.
Oh my god. We're going to the general.
But this is a boat.
Son of a. Land the plane. So we go to the general.
So you go to the general. And general says, "Ah, very good. So I was speaking with my alchemists, and we were able to cobble together about." She rolls out this fucking barrel. She's like, "We found about 10 gallons of poison. That's it's not the strongest stuff in the world, but if you dump it in the right water supply, it might be able to take out a few of their soldiers. I don't think you're going to be able to get the entire force with it, but it's better than nothing, I'm sure."
And it fits in the bag of holding.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, I guess we're off.
Oh my god, what if we cast enlarge on that?
And it'll get bigger.
I suppose that was the only thing.
So, I would suggest picking up your bard and making your way. Are you traveling through... So you said you're traveling through the Underdark. Will you be going in the same way you came out?
That's the plan.
This...
We can't do that.
you...
We can't?
Collapsed
We-
behind
we-
us, didn't we?
Yeah.
We collapsed it all, remember?
Yeah, well, we collapsed the tunnel that we went through.
Right.
There must be other ways, though.
Do we collapse it?
Could they have uncovered it since we, like in the last day?
While that's possible, I wouldn't count on that.
Are there any dwarves we can hire?
Pretty?
This feels like a real basic flaw in our plan, guys.
We could go in the way we went in originally.
That's a
You would
big
be...
backtrack.
You would... So if you wanted to do that, you would have to go back to Torchev, which would be about a... It's close to... What? About 80 miles east. And then you'd be looking at about 100... So you would have to go about 80 miles east to then go 100 miles... Or then turn around and go back through Menzoberranzan and then go north.
There's gotta be another way in and out.
If only we had a... Oh no, the ranger probably doesn't know where the entrances are. Could one of the wizards scry us an entrance?
Did we take any captives?
Captives from Menzoberranzan?
The Duragar that we just fought? Yeah.
I'm going to say for the sake of this, there's not really any captives that... They didn't really accept being taken prisoner.
I don't think that's how being taken prisoner works.
Well,
I do not accept this. Fine, you can leave.
They did not allow themselves to be taken prisoner. Let's say that.
They're
might they
dead.
allude to the vials that we
Yeah.
had on Friday?
Yeah, they drank their haunted vials.
Are you trying to imply that our troops just murdered them all? But no one wants to own up to that fact?
I think maybe they chose not to be taken prisoner themselves by ending, like, you know, like taking a poison maybe or something of that nature. If being taken prisoner was their only option.
Falling on their own sword, as it were.
Yeah.
That's very creepy hardcore for regular
are.
soldiers.
I don't think we're fucking with regular soldiers most of the time at this point. Butch?
Cultists?
So there is the above ground route to just travel across. It is mostly forested area between here and Sochev. So you could always go that route, or you could potentially try and dig your way back into Minzo Berenzan. But you'd be going in through the same path that you just came out of, or there is the backtracking way, or you could always just fuck around and hope that you find another entrance.
Does anybody know the city we're headed to, Sochev? Maybe they know of an entrance there we can use once we finish there.
Sochev was annexed quite a while ago. It was originally part of Conticaria, but it was annexed probably about 10-15 years ago. It was the staging ground of the invasion to Kvachliev. Any intel we had about Sochev is outdated, to say the least.
I mean,
Forest sounds kind of nice, and then find an entrance when we get there.
tunnels don't move, right?
I mean,
what's the
theoretically,
largest...
tunnels don't move, but we are dealing with a Duergar army. I mean, Duergars and dwarves, what are they known for? Moving fucking tunnels.
Beards.
And beards and ale. But one of
Smelly.
the things that they are known for the most is moving fucking tunnels. They
Unifiers.
dig shit out, they fill shit back in. I mean, that's what they do.
What's the largest turtleoids
I'm sorry?
race-wise?
The largest what?
Elfoids?
Are you talking about the largest sentient creatures?
Yeah, that I could maybe disguise myself as.
I mean, you could potentially disguise yourself as like a half-orc or something like that, or perhaps a Goliath. There are quite a few Goliaths that are about the same height as you, the half-giants.
Okay.
You could potentially do
All right.
something like
Yeah,
that.
that's doable.
You'd look good in a loincloth.
Thanks. I have a cousin.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you saying you have a cousin named Loin?
No, I have a cousin who looks good in a loincloth. She's a barbarian and a bard. A barbarian, if you will.
Sounds awesome.
Sings, yeah, she sings a good song and she'll punch you in the face. With a stein.
So at this point, Rhett, like, stumbles in. Hey, guys, what are we doing?
Going through a trip through the woods, yeah.
And finding an entrance to to the Underdark, and then coming back. But then it's just a thought, and we can talk about this more once we deal with in Sochev. How are we going to get back out of Minzo Berenzan if that tunnel is cut off?
Maybe we can
we're
go
gonna-
back to where we came in.
Yeah, you don't have to come back here. I mean, this army will probably only be here for a few more days. As soon as we set up the temporary governing body in Kvachliev and get everything secured, we will disband and go back to our respective towns.
Are we going to Torchiv, or are we going to
We
back
will.
to...
We will probably. I will be personally in Torchev for. We will leave tomorrow, more than likely. I will probably leave tomorrow. My commanding officers, such as Ironhaft, will be here for a few days afterwards to oversee the implementation of the temporary governing agency.
You're not going to keep your army at the new border town?
We will, if you would let me finish my statement. I personally am leaving.
We don't do that here.
Clearly. I personally am headed back to Torchev. I have to meet with the Emperor, Juilliard, as we come up with the next phase of what to do. After that, my hope is to return to Castellatri, but it all depends on what Juilliard has for me. So, once you are finished with your mission, I would recommend and I would request your audience in Torchev.
Well, let's get to it then.
Word.
So, through the woods? Is that what we're doing?
To grandfather's
Over the river.
house we go.
So,
All right.
with your help, you guys are able to load this cask of poison into the bag of holding and head out. And that is where we will pick up in 2 weeks, because we are off next week, because both me and my family and Perry and his family are shockingly both going to Disney at the exact same time. So
It was not planned this
No,
way.
it was
It's
not
just
planned.
a weird coincidence.
it was a weird coincidence, but we are all going to be out of town next week. So we will be here in 2 weeks, Tuesday night, whatever the fuck time this is, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is in Austria. I almost said Denmark. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, in Austria. I don't know what time that is there. So, but same time in 2 weeks. On what day is that? That would be the
March 7th.
March 7th is when we will continue this and see what happens while they travel through the woods, over the river and through the woods. To Sochev they go.
So early in the morning in Austria right now.
Oh shit. It is
Oh, good
5:45.
morning.
Good morning to you, and thank you for hanging out with us and watching
It's
all
fantastic.
of this insanity. We really appreciate our overseas fan base. So, we will talk to you all in 2 weeks. Make sure you like, subscribe, notification bell, all of that. It really helps us out. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Where hopefully we will run into less natural ones.
Have a fantastic evening.